So it is hump day, shoulder day, leg day, but not really leg day because we're still on the road to recovery and I forgot my watch. So let's just start this whole fucking thing over again. Alright, got the Apple Watch. And you may be like, why does it matter? Why do you need your watch? Well, to tell you the truth, I guess I don't really need my watch. I can go through my workout, but on my watch, I have an Apple Watch with a fitness app called Gymaholics. You know, not a paid sponsor. But on that, I check out, well, I have my workout built into it. So it has my rep schemes, my sets, my days of the week. I can tweak it. I can add notes. I can do whatever I want to. And it's pretty cool. But it also has timers for me, how long I should rest. It connects to the life fitness equipment in the gym, so I can just quickly record that, which is pretty interesting. I'm having some issues with it lately, so I gotta get. But you know, you should track your workouts. You know, your heart rate, your blood oxygen level. You know, so if it's a Garmin, a Fitbit, you know, whatever, just you know, you can see how many steps you do. Somebody was asking me yesterday about, you know, my steps. Or do you intentionally walk around in the gym? You know, I was like, yeah, I do that in between. It keeps me moving, it makes me feel like I'm doing something instead of sitting down doom scrolling. It doesn't allow me to get lethargic, anything to that effect. But, yeah, so that's why I do that. And then, yeah, everything I do, I kind of do for a purpose. You know, I hit the biceps in 2 different ways. I hit the triceps in 2 different ways. I hit the chest in 2 different ways. I hit the back in 2 different ways. I hit the shoulders in multitudes of different ways. Because I want to maximize the workout, make it as efficient as possible with hitting as many muscle groups as possible, or hitting the same muscle group in different ways. So, yeah, so that's what we're doing. I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. But, so we're heading to the gym today, which should be leg day, but again, not there yet. I'm probably going to wait to start doing legs until after September 23rd, when I start my physical therapy. And then we'll start at that point, seeing what we can do. So for today, we're going to go in, we're going to do some rear delt flies. I think we're going to change my lateral delts to, instead of doing dumbbells, moving them over to the cable machine. Because when you're doing side delts with the cable machine, you're keeping constant tension. Keeping constant tension on your shoulders, on your deltoids, so you don't have that dead zone like at the very bottom where you don't have a lot of weight on it. Or there's no tension, you don't really feel it. So you can stop yourself when you're using dumbbell and don't go all the way down, basically a partial rep. Or you can, you know, use cables. So I use cables a lot. I appreciate them. I like how they keep tension. I like the way they feel. But there's obviously things that I just want to use, you know, dumbbells for. So, tis what it is. That's about all I got to say today. I'm trying not to be too long-winded. I tell you about what's going on, why I do what I had to do. If you're liking what you're seeing, make sure you hit the like and subscribe, hit the follow button, ring the bell, do all this stuff. We're not semi-trucks. Kids walking down the side just asking everybody to honk the horn for them, and I'm like, all right, cool, sure, why not? So yeah, let's get after it. Going to do a lot of cardio today. Going to hit the stair stepper. Going to do some HIIT training, high impact interval training, to help promote fat loss. Pretty much anything I can do to help promote fat loss is what I'm trying to do. I don't really see myself going into a bulking phase for another few months, so more of a cut maintenance, main gaining, if you will. Just because without, you know, legs or ribs. I don't know if I can generate enough weight or push enough weight to qualify as bulking. So yeah. So we're going to get in there. We're going to hit it up, and I'm going to stop talking to you. And beautiful. All right. So starting out, I'm going to go with the so again, lightweight. So we're going to do lateral cable, lateral raises. 8 reps heavier, drop set, go into the lighter weight, and given this isn't a lot of weight no matter what, but this is going to keep constant tension on the shoulders. Oh, I can tell you right now, that's only first set. By the time I get to set 5, I'm going to be dying. I may switch up my grips on these because I don't generally do them with the D handles. I do them, you know, with a more of a neutral grip. But since this is the way I saw the exercise done, I want to try this first. And I don't have a lot of weight. I have 10 sets for my heavy, 5 sets for my drop, or 10 pounds for my heavy, 5 pounds for my drop. And it's killing me. So, but we're going to move directly into rear delt flies. Same weight, 10 and 5. And I'm already feeling this, both sides and rear delts. So it should be a fun day. Doesn't help that I did some delt work when I was riding the bike like I usually do. But yeah, that's just first set, and my delts are already on fire. So we'll see how this goes. All right, we're on to our last set. And complete transparency is it took a bit longer of rest there than I should have. In between my third and fourth set, ran into another Marine. Haven't seen in a while, so camaraderie, all that. But last set hasn't exactly been easy. I think one thing I like about this is I'm not doing a ton of weight because I can't cheat like I can get that little bounce or the pull across and swing on the chest. So this makes you just really focus on flexing and contracting those muscles. And getting to failure on those as well. Again, only using 5-10 pounds. So it's kind of amazing the difference between strict and cheating. Not that cheating's always bad. Sometimes you need to cheat just to get that last rep, especially if you don't have a spotter. But if you're cheating every rep, you're not making progress. I know there's a saying, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But You shouldn't be cheating when you're all out of trying. Oh, I counted too many. Probably could have gone up on weight on these. Piece of cake. All right, so we're going back into side delts, rear delts. Same movements, low, high, lateral raises, rear delt flies, but different grip, palms backwards on these. So it's going to change how it hits. Now I am already toasted, so I'm just going to 5 pounds for 20 reps to see how that goes. I might increase the weight if it's too easy, but until we find out for sure, I'll stick here. Yeah, those are a little bit taxing just on their own. Now as I go up here, I am going to go back to my drop sets. Sorry for the picture of my ass. We're going to do 15 pounds, drop to 5 pounds, just to see how that feels. Those are kind of torture, but super satisfying. All right, so we're on to the last set. I'm going to give you the rear view mirror view. There we go. But it's kind of amazing that with only 5 pounds, these are kicking my ass with the higher rep range. The last like 8 are partial reps. And then I was contemplating increasing the first part of the drop set on this to 20 pounds, but by the time I get to the end, muscles are completely taxed. You get that muscular fatigue. It just feels great. Next week, I will up the weight, and we'll get better from there, I promise. That's that for that. Be back with you in a couple. All right, so the workout is technically over, but you know me, I like to do a little extra torture, so I'm going to do some rear face pulls. There we go. Doing face pulls today, just to hit the rear delts a little bit more. Oh, that's too high. Going to lose my pen. I do my face pulls. I don't like it to be super high. So, last set. Whew. These are actually burning, but this is it for the shoulders. After this, we go on to some cardio and call it a day. All right, so I'm going to get all my gear cleaned up. Call that a shoulder day for the day. I'll be right back at it. So, doing a little bit different of an interval. Hard work for 10 seconds. Rest for 20 seconds. So, just because legs are a little bit sore, I'm still want to get on the Stairmaster. But kind of messed up already, so I'm going to cruise for the next one. But that's it for the day. Obviously, a shoulder focused workout. Don't really want to do legs until after I do my physical therapy. Doing 10 rounds this way, so it's be a little bit shorter than yesterday, but still get the heart rate up, get the metabolism working. Overall, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm increasing the weight that I'm putting on every week. Should be able to talk during this part. But yeah, feeling good so far today. I don't think this is going to be my closing monologue, so I'm just going to go ahead, stop there. I don't force you guys to watch any more of this. All right, so it takes about 3 seconds for this thing to start going. All right, so I did go up one level to level 2, so it goes a little bit faster, but and you can tell I'm already gassed because I did my high intensity interval training, HIIT. I don't know why I'm explaining this. Everybody should know this by now. If you don't, I mean, not making fun of you, but good to boost the metabolism, keep burning fat longer in the day. And now, I don't really consider the Stairmaster right now cardio because
I am strictly doing this to help strengthen my leg, given it is burning calories. But I mean, by the time it's all said and done, 50 maybe. It's only 5 minutes. I'm not doing this for a cardiovascular workout. I am doing this to continue to build strength in that hip area, pelvic region, leg. So obviously, delt focused, and I do focus more on the side and rear delt, the medial and the anterior, posterior delt. I have a decent development in my front delt. When I start incorporating that a little bit more, when I was riding the stationary bike earlier, I was doing some interesting shoulder workouts when instead of doing my side laterals, my front laterals, things like that. I would do a lateral to the side, bring them in front, go up like so, to really work the front and side delts. And it kicked my ass. Pretty much this whole workout was kicking my ass, which is good. Because if you leave the gym feeling refreshed and not tired, sore, needing to mend, you're not really doing it right. So I'm trying to push myself harder every day. Right now I'm struggling because I can feel this in my glute. It's a little tight. But I gotta keep getting better, 1% better, every day. 1 foot in front of the other. Just start taking longer strides. Keep pushing yourself, keep grinding. Make sure you check out my other road to recovery videos. It's only been 3 weeks since I've started back at the gym. So I haven't made a ton of progress yet, but I'm making progress. That's the most important part. This is the first week I'm going to the gym 5 days a week. So I'll be back tomorrow for upper body workout. Actually, I'm taking a rest tomorrow. I'll be back Friday for an upper body workout, Saturday for a lower body workout. And when I say lower body, I do mean delts because I can't do legs just yet. But going to incorporate some farmer walking on that day, maybe some half lunges. Start to continue to keep those muscles going. All right, so I'm sure I bored you enough. I'll see you guys next time. Keep grinding.